Hey folks, welcome to a windy afternoon. Oh dear. Well, I went and bought something off Facebook Marketplace, as you do. 150 quid landed me this scooter. I've already taken the engine out of it because it was a bit dead. It's on the bench in the back room of the garage, but unfortunately it's a bit you can't get into it at the moment. So I bought this just as a little bit of a side project, really, from all the other projects I've got going. You'll notice my car is out the garage now, and we're trying to just move stuff into the garage and store things in here. Hopefully be getting it on the road at some point. Don't know when. Not got any recent, near plans for it, but it'll happen at some point. I hope the wind's not too bad for you on the microphone just there. The only reason why I bought this thing is because it had a V5. Had the basically a title if you're in the US. So it can be all registered and legal to have in the UK. It's a 64 reg. What's that? 2014, I think. 2014 reg. And for a 2014 vehicle, it's absolutely knackered. These things are only supposed to live 10 years, and well, it's not even lived that well. Not even supposed to live 10 years, are they? They say they've only got a life expectancy of about 3 years, these little scooters, but whatever. This is a Longjia, I do believe it's called. The Pt1. Which is interesting because most Digitors I've seen are 2-stroke. This one was a 4-stroke. 49cc moped, so I can legally drive it on my car license, given that I've taken a CBT, which I have. And because in the UK you've got a cool little niche, a nick in the law there. And if you pass your driving test within a 2-year grace period of you completing a CBT, or if you complete a CBT after you've passed your car license, you then get lifelong, for as long as your car license is issued to you, the ability to ride a moped up to 49cc, sorry about the wind, on your car license. You do not need to display L plates, and you get the option to carry a pillion on the back. I know, 49cc and you can carry a pillion on the back. What the hell are they thinking? But that's the UK for you. If something's more dangerous because it goes slower, then to them it's more safe. But that is just how the government is here in the UK. We won't get onto that topic because it's quite a sore topic at the moment in time. But yeah. So these plastics are all screwed. They're not really screwed, but they're all together with bloody screws and all sorts of things. This thing was an ex-commuter bike, it was an ex-delivery bike, so it's been tazzing around causing mayhem probably with some Deliveroo guy or whoever. Package delivery, maybe pizza, who knows, whatever. And I have got some plans for this. All the plastic's coming off. We're going to have a naked bike, as they call them nowadays. Of course, we don't need any of these fairing. This fairing only has weight. We don't like weight. Especially when it's carrying my 115 kilogram fat ass around. And maybe my brother as well, who's, 74 kilos, I think, to work. That's going to be fun. Might try and do a little bit of tuning on this thing. It is a 50cc. May even be tempted to stick a 50cc 2-stroke in here because they are a little more gutsy, although the 4-strokes do have a little more torque. I don't know, this thing's only going to do 30 miles an hour. Well, it's not even going to do that because on the AM category license you're only allowed to do 28 miles an hour, not even 30, which is a bit ridiculous really, but it's not really enforced nowadays, I don't think, anyway. But this thing, well, what's the speedo say up there? What is that? 80 k's, is that? Yeah, 50 miles an hour or 80 k's. So it's got an optimistic speedo from the factory anyway. It's going to be a bit of fun. Thinking about relocating the fuel tank. and putting it somewhere else. Don't know where yet. I've got a plan as to what I'm going to style this as, but I am not going to disclose that plan. It's going to be a surprise. I'm very sorry about the wind. I'll try and cover that mic up a little bit. Hopefully that works. It's my other glove. Brakes are good. Brakes look all good. The rear brake looked brand new. I'm guessing the guy never used to use the rear brake, or they've had it replaced. The tyre on it was replaced 2 years ago, which is nice. The rear tyre, because it's always the rears that wear out on these first. The front tyre is in incredibly good condition. It's got the typical fault on these Chinese scooters where the valve fails around the rim. It's the valve stem that's failed, not the rim itself. So I've got a pack of valves. What else is there to complain about? You know, complaining about this for 150 quid, I don't know. I'm going to have to leave the top plastic on for now. I don't really want to, but it's going to ruin how it looks. But for now, because it's got the headlight built into it, I'm going to have to leave it on. We're getting rid of all these crappy 35 watt bulbs on here, and we're going to go for projector lenses, of course. Motorcycles get out. Oh, that was easy. Excellent. That's the ignition barrel that I could do with changing, because I've only got one key for it. It doesn't have a steering lock. I don't even think it does have a steering lock. But yeah. What's that there? Oh, it has got the little waster resistor on it. That's all to do with the ridiculous charging system that these things run. Instead of running a 3-phase system, they use a 2-phase system. One phase goes to you and does all your battery charging, which isn't much, and the other phase is supposed to do your lights on an AC circuit. And when you turn your lights off, it dumps all the load into this little resistor here, which is not even really screwed into it. All that's being got rid of, and we're having a proper 3-phase charging system on this thing, as it should be. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this, actually. It's nice as well because it's all metric. The stuff I'm used to is all obviously Whitworth and Imperial and whatever that one for the push bikes is. Ugh. But yeah, that's another project that still needs to be done, and I've put it off. Just because I really don't want to learn all the old school Imperial stuff. But anyway, I've got to eventually, of course, and I will do. But yes, I'd show you in the garage, but the garage is a horrific mess. If you remember what it looked like from my previous videos where my car was in the garage, yeah, it's just a pile there now. But yeah, let's strip all these plastics off and get to the actual framework, and we'll see what we're going to do with the frame. Don't think there's any horrific rust on here, but it does all need cleaning out. And well, I'm going to be painting it at some point. Probably getting rid of all of these original wire tidies off here, because all they do is just crack paint. Chopping them off and welding washers to the frame with a bend in them so you can wrap zip ties around them. For the wiring, all the wiring's coming off this thing, because I'm going to completely redo it. Because I'm going to have to move certain things around, like the starter solenoid, which is down in here somewhere, and there's the sparky ignition coil, whatever it's called again. That can all be moved. Yeah, it's going to be a load of fun. The petcock doesn't work, which is nice on this. It gives fuel out constantly. It's supposed to shut off when the vacuum isn't there, but even if there's a vacuum there or not, you will drain the tank, so that's nice. That works great. Well, rather it fell in the on position than the off position, I suppose. Yeah, enough talking, let's get all these plastics off. Don't think they're worth anything to sell on, but I'll probably keep ordering for a while. It's a niche market, scooter plastics. I mean, this one's in pretty good condition. There's no damage that I can see on it. But yeah, I like the passenger footrests, that's it. We'll see. Alright, okay. Let's crack on with it, shall we?